mercy. Hillbilly Josh, welcome. Black Widow, help, welcome. Holly Ivins, hello Holly. How are y'all doing? Thank you for coming in. Well, I'm doing a lot better this evening than I was yesterday. Trying to get used to the new stuff. KP Heathen and Little Lone Prepper, welcome. KP, that was a really good video you released. I enjoyed it. And I'm having that same kind of weather here in Victoria. Osang, welcome. And my friend Bert's Beats. Bert has a channel, I'll tell you that. He's really blowing and going. He's been on a vacation trip for the last couple of weeks. He's released a little bit of stuff here and there, I think, on where he's been going. I think he went out west. I've never really went out west. I've always went back east whenever I've traveled. My father's family is in Georgia. So I tend to go to Georgia and Florida. Yeah, I hear you. There ain't no cure for the summertime blues. That's right. I can start to tell you that. So I've got some new gear, and I've got some other stuff coming in I've ordered. As I said, I've been upgrading. Got a new phone. It's got a lot better picture image. I rewatched last night, and I need to do shout outs to all the people that were in. I got 21 different names of people that were here last night, and there were a lot more than that, but people who left comments. And I got new internet, a lot better internet. Notice I'm not max headroom right now. Everything seems to be working just fine. So that's a blessing. Yeah, well, I put out one earlier today. It's got 400 and I don't know what the deal is with my stuff, but I put out like a food short, and it'll hit 400 and some odd views in a few hours, and then it just basically drops off. It doesn't, like, you don't see it 800, 900,000, 1,500 views. It seems to the algorithm or something other just it basically just goes a certain way and then it stops. And then I can release a couple of those a day, and both of them will hit 400 and some odd. But the previous one will just unless somebody who specifically watches me goes to look at it. It's not. I don't know what the deal is there, but 3,000 plus miles of driving to California and back. Well, I tell you what, that's about what I go through when I go to Georgia. It's been a while since I've done that, but it's a long trip. You can drive it all the way, and it's a 21, 22-hour trip. You know, if you just stop for fuel, you take a couple stops for fuel and restroom and grab some food, you know, but you don't. I mean, you drive through. It's a full day trip, going from where I'm at to back to Atlanta. Yeah, I bet you it did taste good, KP. KP did a video, and he used one of the goodies I sent him, and he wound up using two fuel tabs. Those fuel tabs will burn, as they say, about 9 minutes. If I want to boil water, and I'm using that, I'll basically start up with two fuel tabs, and I'll have boiling water. I'll boil. It'll boil my water for me. But normally, you want to do something with those. You just use two fuel tabs, and you can get a replacement box for about $5 for 24. So you figure it. It's going to cost you about 50 cents to heat whatever you're going to heat. That's the way I figure. It's about 50 cents a shot to heating it. It's a lot better to use the. It's a lot better to use the sterno. In the sterno stove, that one, which you also have, I normally send both of those together. Sam Gloves, how's it going, Sam? Yeah, I'm wearing one. Melinda Elliott, welcome. I'm not paying attention, but here I am. Melinda Elliott's in the house, my friend. So I was basically offline for 10 days. I was having internet issues, serious internet issues, phone issues. So I replaced my iPhone 7 with a reconditioned iPhone 12, which working just fine. And it's got a lot better image quality. And I paid $235 for it. Just, you know, if I had bought a 14 would cost me $1,000, or I'd be making payments for 2 years. I didn't want to make payments. I was making payments on my wife's phone, and hers is a 14, and it's got about 6 more months, and it'll be paid off. And got it with my Optimum, so I'm trying to get them out of the way, get them paid, or I'm just going to send them a check or whatever. So Sam Gloves, how you doing, Sam? Okay, so I am drinking grape. I put a packet of grape in cold water. And you know, I want to talk today. I've got a couple of subjects I want to talk about, but the main topic, recently we got hit by the hurricane. I didn't personally get hit by it, but I did get some weather from it. It came in up northeast of me, and it really did a number on Galveston. It did a number at Houston. There's a couple million people have been out of power in Houston. But Houston is not a good place to be out of power. You know, it's one of those blue cities. And in honor of Houston, I'm wearing blue today. It's one of those blue cities, got some issues. So right now, after the hurricane, people are suffering from the effects of a heat wave. It's very hot up there, very hot here. And there's no power, spoiled food because your refrigerator hasn't been working. There's a lot of theft going on. A lot of generators and battery banks are being stolen and used. You know, people will steal anything that's not nailed down. If you've got something expensive, you better have your eye on it. And you know, like if you talk about solar generators or solar power banks or power stations and battery banks and such, those will be inside. Those will be inside. And if you're running stuff with them, you're running stuff inside. Now, if you're using like a gasoline or propane powered generator, it's going to be making a lot of noise and you got to run it outside. And everybody in the neighborhood's going to know you're using it. So if you're not using it, you better have it inside your garage and you better have it locked up. Otherwise, it's going to walk off, especially if you're in some place like Houston. And they have the same problems in Florida. You know, people steal. A lot of thieves. A lot of these people who are undocumented coming in. Well, how did they get by where they came from? Well, they're trying to do the same thing here. They're getting help from us, but they're also helping themselves do our stuff. So, you know, there's a lack of a lot of stuff. A lack of hygiene, lack of first aid. Footwear. A lot of people, you know, you get these people running around barefoot, and then they cut their feet on stuff. There's broken glass, or there's stuff that, pointy stuff that pricks them, and they've got messed up feet after a disaster. A lot of cuts and a lot of punctures of the feet. And we're talking about Houston, Houston is in Texas, which is a cognitively, it tends to be a little bit redder. But we've got some blue cities like Dallas and Houston, where we've got millions of people living that are, judgmentally challenged, I would say, or just they're living the life that they were brought into or brought up to live. I really shouldn't be criticizing, people during emergencies or after emergencies, but I mean it's the truth. A lot of people are still, getting assistance from the government. FEMA's involved now. They're giving out those humanitarian rations, and they're trying to help people, where they stay. You've got people who've been living in shelters, You've got homeless people. They've got thousands and thousands of homeless people running around, living in tents. So, I wanted to talk about that. Oh, did anybody else sneak in on me? Yeah, people are stealing. Well, okay. People will see my solar panels. Well, my solar panels are on the roof. They're going to make some noise getting up there and trying to take my solar panels. And as soon as I hear them, I'm going to go outside and motivate them not to do so. And this is an open carry, a concealed carry, a stand your ground, a defend yourself, defend your property, repel borders. The Supreme Court recently had a ruling, I think it was 7-2, that basically upholds the rights that the state of Texas has to secure its border and to use all necessary means, including force, to do so. And that includes deporting those who are not here legally. The state has the right to do that by a 7-2 ruling. So, and I know there's a lot of them down there trying to deal with this situation. They're going to have to build a lot of border wall. They're putting up a lot of concertina wire. They're putting up fencing. There are people. The thing is, when they get to the point where the National Guard and the people are using their weapons to drive these people off, less of them will start coming through. You know, I mean, every so often you hear about that they have to shoot somebody. Well, if they start doing that more often, and God forbid that they have to do that, but if they have to start shooting people more often, it'll motivate them. That word will get out. Hey, they're not playing. You know, they're not playing. So, you know, and they're finding a lot of dead bodies on this side of the border. There are people who have property down there that are defending themselves and defending their property, and there are people who are ranchers and, you know, farmers and ranchers down there, and they're it just depends where you live. You know, if you're living in one of those, you know, a couple of the border states are blue states. So if you're in like New Mexico and you know and you own property and you shoot an illegal, they're more likely to want to prosecute you. Whereas if you live in, you know, Texas or Florida or, you know, a red state, Arizona's more red than, you know, they're raising hell about the illegals. If you live in a red state, they're more likely to just want to clean up the trash. Yes, constitutional Gary. I hear you. So another thing I want to talk about. Prime. Prime days are the 16th and 17th. I ordered an MPP maximum PowerPoint controller today. And it's also got a digital that will tell you what's going on. So it'll tell you how many, you know, amps, how many watts is coming in through your panels. I ordered a new one of those. I'm in the process of upgrading. I'm going to be buying some lithium batteries, lithium ion batteries that will be good for 5,000 or so full cycles before you start losing power. And that's over 10 years. I think that's, yeah, that's over 10 years. You know, solar, the lithium stuff is supposed to work for over 10 years before it starts losing power. And you can drain it down all the way. The stuff I've got is deep cycle AGM. And those you're only supposed to drain them to 50% or you damage them. So I'm going to be buying I'm buying new equipment. I'm also going to look at my panels situation. And I'm going to be doing that in the next couple of weeks. You know, we've got Prime coming up this next week. This is a Fired Up Friday, so happy Fired Up Friday for those of you who, you know, practice Fired Up Friday. Hello, Idaho Garden Girl. Welcome, coming. And I am sorry, I am behind on looking at, I was working today outside, and I am behind on responses. I've been responding to some people, and because of my situation, I've been taking time to put some more, you know, meat in what I'm saying to you, to let you know what my situation is. If you're using AGM batteries, Melinda, if you're using the old style AGM batteries, like what you'd have in a car, you know, but they're not designed for cars, but they're deep cycle. They're designed to be used and discharged and charged and used, and you draw power from them. The AGM batteries, which are not lithium, the old style batteries, they're not meant to be drawn down below 50% power. So if you're dealing with a 100 amp hour battery, which is a 1300 watt battery. It's like 100 amps is 1300 watts continuous run for 1 hour. I'm not saying that's what you're going to do, but the battery is designed to put out 1300 watts continuous flow for 1 hour. A 100 amp hour battery, you know. So you're not supposed to draw that down more than half power. So in other words, you know, you're not going to use over 650 of those watts or you damage the battery. If you draw it down below, and I've got 3 of those battery bank set up, 3 of them chained together, so I can draw out a certain amount right at 2,000 watts of power if I needed to without damaging them. But the other thing about those type of batteries is they're only good for a couple of years. You're using them and you're drawing them, you're cycling them. Their life is not going to be near what it would be for a lithium battery. The lithium is the technology. The future is the technology that they've developed that is a lot better than the old AGMs. So oh, good Lord, Sam. Judas Priest. All right, Sam, for you, today, I'll put on a second. Oh, Lordy, 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 I'm trying to humor him. Oh, good Lord. You're as bad as Bus Stop. Okay, both of them are on there. Nana Honey. Hello, Nana. Please leave a like to support the channel if you have not done so. It'll be greatly appreciated. What's this OnlyFans? I've heard of that stuff. Anton Miles, welcome, Anton. Thank you for coming in, Anton. Ten in the house, 12 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel. It'll be greatly appreciated. Oh, Lord. All right, so I want to this is a wattage meter. What in the world is a wattage meter? Well, I'm I'm not completely brain dead when it comes to technology. You have various appliances and you want to figure out how much power the appliances are using. Let's say it's like you want to see if your power generator can run a certain or how much wattage something will use. So you plug this into the wall, the electricity, and then you pull out the plug from the wall to your appliance and you plug it in here. And it will record how much power the appliance is using. You run it for 24 hours and see how much power it ran. And that would give you like a 30-day or whatever. You know, you buy new appliances, it'll tell you how much power supposedly it will use over a period of time. So this is a inexpensive, these are less than $10. It's a power meter. And you can use it, and it comes with instructions, and it comes with, you know, this one happened to be made in Canada, right north of us. So that's something you can use to determine what sort of power you got going on. Hello, Nana. Welcome to my channel. Been a while. Please, if you would like to support the channel if you have not done so. It will be greatly appreciated. So I owe a lot of people comments. I owe a lot of people views. I have been working on the house. I was doing some more painting today. The guy that I had come over and do most of the painting, he missed a few places, and I redid a little bit, and I did a little bit of priming and a little bit of caulking and a little bit of, you know, trying to get it right for the wife. I was working on that today. I've got to start working on the yard because it's been raining. It's been raining so much. Now I need to get back to the yard work. And I go back to work on the 6th. I'll have 5 days of work day and in service, and then back to school, which will be the following Tuesday. And I'm not used to, well, I'm not used to when I worked having the kind of time off. Normally, if you're working as an administrator, and I could probably go back to work as an administrator, they'd probably take me as an AP because they're so short, an assistant principal. It's a lot better being a principal than assistant principal because you do all the dirty work. But I could probably go back and do that. But right now, I mean, my campus has got 3 APs, assistant principals, my middle school. I make more than 2 of them teaching. Not counting retirement, just teaching. Because I'm topped out for teaching. And, you know, these are more rookie assistant principals. They haven't been assistant principals that long. So, you know, and you know, a lot of school districts don't pay APs that well. They pay principals a lot better. But, is that a glove on my head? This is a rag type. People can wear them as a mask, and people can wear. You'll see some people that'll have one covering their head, and they'll have another one that basically, you know, and they might be wearing some dark glasses, and you won't even know what race they are. You know, they're just completely covered up. But this is very thin material. You can breathe through it. It's not going to block any germs or anything. You know, it's just, I was just wearing this just to cover up the bald head, so I didn't shock everybody. I'm wearing these to humor Sam gloves. You know, he wants to see gloves, so I'm humoring Sam and wearing gloves. You know, if you look at a lot of the stuff in the military, a lot of them, and the other thing like mosquitoes and all, I go outside and I usually wear a bandana covering my head. I usually, if I'm out, I wear a sweat rag. You call them rags or sweat rags, you know, a bandana. I'll have a bandana over my head to keep my head covered for UV and everything, and for sweat. And when I'm out doing, you know, yard work. I used to wear long sleeve cotton. You know, you sweat something awful, and I'm constantly drinking, trying to replenish my fluids, you know, because you got to stay hydrated. And like doing yard work. See, I have the equivalent of several yards, you know, where I'm at. Our home used to be out in the county, used to be out in the outside the city, so everybody had water wells and everybody had septic systems. Well, when it came within city limits, they put in city plumbing. So you got city water, and you got a city sewer, You don't need, nobody's using, I don't think anybody's using septic systems anymore. There are some people who are using their water wells, and they use them basically for watering their yard, you know, for watering and such. It's hard water, so it's not really, you got to do some serious filtration with this stuff. You know, if you want to try to, it's been tested, so, you know, you don't really want to drink it, it'll rot your tubes. But, hey, my friend Yoda! How you doing, Dave? Thank you for coming in. My friend Yoda. I am going to be contacting you, Dave. I'll be texting you this weekend. See if we can talk for a few minutes. My best wishes to Echo. I think she was on last night for a little bit on my live stream. Both of you, I appreciate both of you. And I'm humoring Sam, Dave. I had one glove on. They told me, put the second glove on. You gotta see both gloves. I'm humoring him this evening. Let's see. I like to stay and watch the live stream because people wear the disposable plastic gloves, rubber gloves, cleaning gloves, surgical gloves on both hands just for me. Well, yeah. So I got to put out a lot of content. Now, here's another thing. For whatever reason, and I can't find it, I shot video of the unboxing of my EP70 Blue Eddy EP70S power station. It's got twice the capacity of my EP3A, and I did an unboxing. I shot video of it, did segments of it. I just need to basically upload it and then put my description and everything with it. Well, I can't find it. You know, it's somewhere up in the cloud. I don't understand. I shot several shorts, stuff for shorts, and most of it's missing too. Normally, when I shoot stuff for shorts, after I upload it, I delete it because, you know, you do a couple of shorts a day. Well, I've done one today, but I mean, the only stuff I could find was the stuff I did from my short from today. I said, well, you know, I've got stuff from several shorts that I had shot, and where is it? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I've got to look into that. I've got to look into that. Hello, Uncle Eld. I'm Bullfrog79. Thank you for being here. I hadn't been paying attention. Please leave a like to support the channel. It'll be greatly appreciated. If you have not done so, reviewing where I'm at. Started the day at 1,612 subscribers. I got 1,612 subscribers. 13.6K views. I didn't get hit as hard as I could have because people have really been running stuff for me to keep my views up. I appreciate it, guys. Watch time is down 387 right now. My last live, which was last night, was 85 views. My current short, which I just uploaded earlier today, 422 views. And my last video, which was my 1,600 subscriber giveaway, that was 70 views. I I'll probably reshoot it because it's sitting right out there on my kitchen or my dining room table. I'm probably going to reshoot the stuff that I shot of my Blue Eddy EP70S. I'm going to reshoot that, and I'll put a description with it, and I'll upload it probably as a. I don't know that I'm going to upload it as a premiere because it's not going to be that long. It'll be a couple of minutes, and it'll be. I want to do it with the full perspective of standard, video, instead of the little up and down, like with the shorts. But I'm going to upload that. It'll be description, pricing, and everything with it. I recommend them. I'm not happy with that particular power station because it has a brick. And they say, what do you mean when you say brick? Well, shoot. Jeez. God darn it. Whoa. Judas H. Priest. Get up. Well, it doesn't want to show, but the brick, when you have your electrical cord, it's got a box about yay big, and they call that the brick. And better quality products will have that internalized to the unit. In my EB3As, I've got two of them, one for the wife, one for the daughter. Both of those have internal bricks. The brick is internal. The components for the brick is internal. So all you have is you just got your extension cord. Whereas the 70 has an external brick that's like huge. You'll see it when I post it. But I was disappointed about that. I did not expect that was going to be like that when I ordered it. The pictures that they show of the thing make it look like it doesn't have a brick, but it had a brick. Now, you don't use the brick if you're running solar, but if you're running AC to charge it, you got to have the brick. And I'm very disappointed about that. Well, that's just the term they call them, a brick, Melinda. Oh, dear God. So, where are we at? Oh, dear God in heaven. Where are we at? So let me go over this again with you. I get a lot of my material or suggestions for topics from friends and from mentors and spiritual gurus and all that sort of stuff. So the topic that I was recommended to go over is the aftermath of the hurricane. You know, Burl, when it came through, it down in the Caribbean, it really did some damage, and it was like a Category 5 at one point, which is just a massively powerful hurricane. But then as it went over land, and it went over land multiple times, it basically blew out a lot of its power. It basically expended a lot of its energy. So when it came off of the Yucatan Peninsula and went back into the Gulf, it was a tropical storm. And it was moving, northwest slowly, and it really was not strengthening that much. Before it hit landfall, it returned to a Category 1 hurricane with about 80-mile-an-hour winds. And originally they thought it was going to come into Mexico, and then they thought it was going to come into South Texas, and it was going to come into Corpus, and it was going to come into Victoria. And it actually came in up northeast of Victoria, around Galveston and into New York and into Houston. Am I saying New York? Into Houston, and it knocked out power for a couple million people. And it really did a number in flooding. Like you've had some people drown, in the flooding and everything from that storm. And that's only a Category 1 hurricane. That wasn't like a super strong Category, 3 or 4. It was a Category 1 hurricane. So I was suggested that I talk about, people are suffering from the aftermath. They don't have power. If they don't have power, likely their food's spoiled. Refrigerated food, freezer food. If you don't have some means to keep it cold, if the power is out, then that means a lot of them don't have phone service because the cell towers are not working. They can't buy stuff because the stores don't have power, and they need to be able to use their machines to record what's being purchased. Use your credit card, debit card, whatever. Some places are probably taking cash. That's one of the things, you need to have cash. In an emergency, you better have cash. And there's a heat wave. There's a heat wave. And the heat wave, it's bad. Old people, people who are infirmed, people who've got health issues. Bad thing, bad thing. So Houston's a blue city. Millions of poor people. And I'm sure, they've got crime problems. Even when it's a good day, they got crime problems, So people are, they're stealing whatever they can get their hands on. Alarm systems are not working. You got people who are looting. They wear something over their face. They wear something over their head, They wear gloves where you can't. No fingerprints. They're using weapons. Pry bars, baseball bats, guns, knives. They're robbing people. They're looting. They're robbing people. And you're not going to hear much about it on the news because they don't like to talk about this stuff. And it is a blue city. And they're going through that right now. So, if you got a generator, if you've got a propane, a gas generator, they make a lot of noise, and you can't run them inside. The fumes, you cannot run them inside. You got to run them outside. They make a lot of noise. Everybody in the neighborhood's going to know you're using a generator. Well, you better be keeping an eye on that generator, or that generator's going to walk off on you. Anything that's not nailed down is going to walk off on you. And they're having problems with that. Now, if you've got solar power, solar's quiet. If you've got like a battery bank, you got a power station that has a pretty good sized storage, it's not making noise. And you have that stuff inside. Now, your panel is going to be up on your roof or on your patio roof like mine. But people have to worry about that stuff. Oh, good Lord. Little Lone Prepper, Uncle Al, sorry to hear that. I hope you get your power back soon. Oh, Uncle Al, God bless you. No power for 5 days. God bless you, sir. Oh, tacos sound good. The tacos sound good, Dave. How are you doing? How are you doing on the coffee? Next time I send you coffee, I'm just going to have it sent directly from. I'm gonna have it sent directly from Amazon to your home, to your mailing address. It's not going to come to me, and then I'm gonna forward it to you. I'm just going to send it directly. Plan on sending you a few little goodies for you and Echo, and I hope Echo's doing well too. They're wonderful people, good friends from my ancestral home state of Georgia. Um, well, son, I'm gonna have to send that coffee in a hurry. Get down to 13 packs. Cost for me. Well, I tell you, today I'm a part of the coffee club over at Speedy Stop, which is less than a mile from my house. And my daughter got me that for my birthday, and I'm using it. So I went twice today. I went this morning, and I went this evening, earlier this afternoon, like around 5. And I got two 24-ounce cups of coffee. So I've had 48 ounces of coffee today with French vanilla creamer. And that's my coffee intake for the day. A lot of people, like a storm comes, a lot of people go at the last minute and they're buying. They go clean out the stores. Or they want a generator. And they will go and they will clean out the generators. They go to Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart if Walmart has them, Sam's if Sam has them, Tractor Supply, any place that, we have, they'll go and last minute they'll go buy the generator. That's the way these things are. They're last minute preppers or being, trying to preparedness, last minute. And the idea is you don't want to be in the position where you've got to go at the last minute. You want to be prepared. Something happens, you're good to go. And the other thing is, if you've got a gas or propane generator, you got to have the gas and propane for it. Like I've got 3 20-pound propane tanks. I've got 3 of them. Could probably use a couple more. And when I go and have them refilled, I actually go over to Truck and Tractor, and they'll put 20 pounds worth in. You go and you do an exchange like at Walmart or, down at the pharmacy or whatever, you're going to get about 15 pounds of propane in that tank. And it'll be cheaper going over to Truck and Tractor to get your recharge, and they'll give you 20 pounds worth. That's something you need to think about. You need I have 2 matching refrigerators, Frigidaires, really nice stainless steel refrigerators. And I have a freezer. One of the refrigerators and freezers are out in my garage. In my and the other one's inside the kitchen. The one that we use mostly is inside the kitchen. Then we have stuff, extra like cold waters and Gatorades and such. And the one out in the freezer, basically, we just keep stuff frozen out there, frozen stuff in the freezer. The idea, the power goes out. If you've got a backup system, it basically should kick in, or you should be able to, it's not going to go bad in an hour or 2. You leave the thing closed, and it'll stay cold for a while. It'll stay cold for a while. A lot of people, like in a freezer, they'll have a bag of ice, or they'll have some ice, solid ice in there, and that ice is going to keep that stuff cold until it melts. And if it's insulated, you know, and you don't open it up, just leave it like that, it'll be good for a couple of days. But the idea is to have power. So I'm real big on 12-volt appliances because they draw a lot less power. You have a 12-volt compressor-driven little fridge freezer. You can keep water, milk, sodas, juice, eggs, cheese, you know, stuff that you would keep cold. You can keep it cold. It's not going to be using a lot of power. When the thing is running, it's using like about 50 watts, and they cycle. Whereas when a refrigerator, you know, full-size one AC driven refrigerator is running, it's using a lot more power than that. And that's the reason why it's suggested take one of these and plug it in. Leave it there for 24 hours and then take the reading and see how much power you're actually using. You know, you plug it in to the wall and you plug your appliance into it, and it'll record how much power it's using. Like $10. You can order one for about $10. Thank you, Sam. But I ordered an MPPT charge controller today. Should be coming in. I'm going to be ordering some lithium batteries on Prime days. 16th and 17th is Prime. That you should be able to get your best deal. And I'm going to order some replacement batteries. And if you're using AC, you've got to have a pure sine wave inverter. That inverter is going to cost you, you get like a 2,000 watt inverter. That inverter is going to cost you $250, $300 for the inverter. When you have the inverter on, it's drawing power. Even if you're not running a load, it's drawing power. Whereas with 12 volt, you're not bleeding out power the way you are with an AC inverter. Direct current is not bleeding out power. Plus, DC appliances are under 100 watts. They're designed to be under 100 watts, draw 100 watts power. You might be using something that is drawing 1,000 watts of AC when it's running. Whereas with your DC, it's drawing less than 100. Like most DC appliances are drawing 50 watts or so. If you have like a kettle, water kettle, or a cook pot, or a fan, or a 12 volt refrigerator freezer, compressor driven, if you're using them, you're going to be drawing a lot less power than if you're using AC appliances. Hello, Mama Four Boys. Thank you for coming. Welcome. Yes, please watch the replay and leave a nice comment. It will be greatly appreciated. I will be doing community wall posts and shout outs. I did a community wall post this evening. It said, we'll put up a community wall post about the live stream. And I did. But I didn't shout out anybody. I just put a couple of pictures of my coffee and my taco, up that I had taken. I didn't shout out anybody. I just stated when it was going to be, and most people know. If you're not getting I don't know why, you need to hit the notification bell. If you're not getting notifications, hit the notification bell. It'll be greatly appreciated. And no, I'm trying to humor somebody. He said, wear gloves. So I'm not doing surgery. I'm not qualified to do surgery. uh, I will tell you, if I was doing cleaning dirty stuff, I would be wearing gloves. When I do yard work, I wear yard type gloves, heavy duty gloves, so I don't poke myself, you know. But my wife's got small hands, she's got small feet, she uses small size. So I buy boxes of these gloves. They're like a 50 in a box. And I go down to Rogers and I bought her like 3 boxes just. And I couldn't find mine. Somebody said, well, do you have like surgical gloves or whatever? And I said, sure. Just went to my first aid kit and said, couldn't find the bloody thing. So I said, the hell with that. So I went down to Rogers and I bought a 50 box, and here they are. Thank you for coming in, Holly. I appreciate you. Yeah, I understand. My hands sweating them too. They're not right now because I got, I'm climate controlled. Thank the Lord. But that, yeah, that happens. Oh, I was real sweaty and dirty earlier, and thank God I took a nice shower. Got cleaned up, took a nice shower. And thank God for modern technology. Jacob Dixon, welcome, Jacob. You seem to be new to my channel. So let me look and see what you're doing. Jacob, you're now a standard moderator on my channel. I will... I'm looking at Jacob. 2 subscribers. He's not a creator. Well, Jacob, welcome to my channel. I gave you standard moderator. That oldies summer teen. Welcome. Let me see. Welcome to my channel. So that oldie summer teen has 662 subscribers. Well, 663 I just subscribed. Hopefully you'll do the same for me. We're all friends here. And thank you. I support those who support me. I try to. So, Jacob, I am subscribed to your channel. And you apparently got a couple of shorts out. I will plan on shouting you out tomorrow. Yeah, having a mentor, somebody that can work with you, somebody that'll give you information, tell you stuff going on, and help you out. It's good to do, good to know. So I try to live stream every evening at 7. I've missed about the last 10. I missed the last 10 days. Yesterday was the first day back because I had internet issues. Had to change my internet service. Went to T-Mobile, and I got a new iPhone, a upgraded iPhone. I was using an iPhone 7, which is ancient technology, and I got a reconditioned iPhone 12. Got a lot better picture. The internet service is a lot better. I'm not rolling or anything, so I'm in a lot better shape. I've got new gear coming in, and I'm basically using my iPhone 12 to project, and then I'm looking at my notebook, which I'm looking at the chat because it's a lot better, bigger print. I can see what's going on. But anyway, so like I said, Prime days are the 16th and 17th, Amazon Prime. That's the time to buy. I will do some posts. I've got a brand new Bouge RV 12-volt refrigerator freezer, 45 liter that I just got in. It's got wheels, handle, everything. Nice one. It goes along with the one that my wife wanted me to get a new one because I've got a 34 liter Bouge RV that she took camping. She said, I need a second one because of what all she took or what she takes. So I said, okay, I'll get you another one. And then the other one I have is an older one. The Alpha Cool is an old one. They still make them. I've got a 50 liter, but I don't really use it. They don't work forever. They get shorts and they intermittently got issues and such. But I got 2 brand new ones. What made me want to join YouTube? I've been YouTubing for years. Right now I'm 1,600 and some odd subscribers, which I mean I'm not blowing up, but I was averaging about 100 new subscribers a month when I was actively working my channel. And it slowed way down. I was at 1,500 and some odd, a little over 1,500 subscribers in January, and then I went from January to June before I picked up my 1,600. That's how slow things were because I work. I came out of retirement. I'm teaching, middle school teacher, and I used to be a school administrator. Put 23 years in it, 30 years and 23 years of that in administration. The last 23 years as an administrator. Retired. Was retired for about 5 years, and I came out of retirement. So now I'm teaching. This is the second year back, and I go back to work on the 6th of August. Yeah, the 12 is decent. It's good. You know, I bought my wife about a year and a half ago. I bought her a 14 when it came out. The 14's out. Bought her a real nice 14 and making payments 24 months. And you want to go buy a 14, it's about $1,000. I paid $235 for my reconditioned iPhone 12. Yeah, I'm down in the last. I normally, when I'm, in my prime, going blowing and going, and I have not applied for. I could have done that months and months ago. I could have applied for monetization. Um, I'm running around 600 watch hours in a cycle, and I'm down right now on my views. Before I took 10 days off because of all my issues, I was at about 18K for the cycle. Right now I'm at 13.6K. People still watching my stuff, but I'm down a little bit. My watch time is at 387. When I started today, it was 387. It's down. And my previous live stream before things happened that had 150 views. The one yesterday, which was first day back after 10 days out, 85 views. So, we'll see how this one does when I look at the snapshot. Anyway, I appreciate everybody being here. And I practice the Boy Scout motto, which is be prepared. I was a scout. I was a Weeblo scout. And then I was a Boy Scout. I didn't stick with the Boy Scouts. My father passed away. And I did not advance. I didn't go that far as a scout, Boy Scout. But I learned a lot. My father taught me a lot, outdoors and everything. He grew up at a time when they still had horses. And we had horses when I was young. And he liked camping and hunting and fishing and all that sort of stuff, and bird hunting, and he was good at it. He used to tell me stories about how, and I'm reminiscing, Uncle Al, I'm reminiscing. He would tell me stories about how he went with his father to buy their first vehicle. Father paid with gold coins, and that would have been around 1930. My father was born 1913. I was old, change in life, old age, baby, only child. My parents were married for 21 years before they had me. My mother was 40. My father was 50. So I grew up with people. My mother's oldest sister, her oldest child, turned 90 like yesterday. My cousin Margie, 90. Here I am, 62 years old, and I've got a first cousin who's 90. And older than that on my father's side of the family, but they're all pretty much, all those first cousins are pretty much gone, most of them. Thank you for coming in. I'm going to be shouting out the people that were here today. The new people, the old people, the people who have been here with me before. I'll be giving y'all shout outs. And I appreciate everybody being here. I plan on being back tomorrow for another edition of Coffee Talk. Just looking to see who all was here, if I missed anybody. I like to make sure I greet everybody, write down names. Trying to find everybody. Seems like my gear's working good. So we'll be back tomorrow for another edition of Coffee Talk. It'll be a Saturday edition, 7 p.m. I will try to do shout outs to the people who are here this evening. I'll try to put up a couple more shorts, and I got to reshoot my footage of my Blue Eddy power station that something happened to it. Don't know what happened, but I got to go. If I can't find them, I have to reshoot it. And I'd like to upload that. It'll be a couple of minute video. Always leave a like. Always leave a supportive comment. If you want to be in my 1,700 subscriber giveaway, you need to leave a like and a supportive comment on each of the last 5 videos I will have released. And remember, the Scout motto is be prepared. Life is good, but it is what it is. And everybody, please have a blessed day. And we'll see you back, hopefully, for another edition of Coffee Talk. And if you haven't, please leave a like. I appreciate that. Bye.